Hello, and welcome to the webinar covering the Agile Ticketing Update for version 6.35. We are very excited to introduce you to the significant benefits to the Agile Ticketing System. The first enhancement we are going to cover today is with managing and reporting to film distributors. We have expanded our capabilities to make it easier to deal with distributors, whether they report through ComScore, Maxbox, email, or just using our built-in reporting. Let's take a look. We will start at the Agile Ticketing portal, go to Settings, and then pull up our list of distributors. We can see that more information is kept around distributors than in the past, and we can now manage them all in this centralized area. We can add a new distributor by clicking the Add Distributor button. We will give it a name of John's Films, and we notice that one of the new properties is reporting type. This can be set to manual, email, ComScore, or Maxbox. This controls how each distributor should receive their gross revenue reporting. By default, it is set to manual, and that means that we will utilize our gross revenue reports to collect data and provide it to the distributor manually. We can choose that the distributor should receive it via email. In this case, we provide the email address and whether they should receive them daily or weekly. With this option, you no longer have to set up report subscriptions in the portal to all the distributors that want email reporting. We can also choose ComScore, which Agile has supported for many years, or we now have the option of the integration with Maxbox that several distributors are starting to use. We will save this new distributor and take a look at some minor changes around this in the events area. We will jump over to the events area and look at our shows. We're going to search for Die Hard and pull up that event to edit. We will scroll down to the additional information area where we can select our distributor. One important thing to note is that you no longer have to set both a distributor and a ComScore reporting setting on your events. Since we have tied how a distributor gets their reporting directly at that distributor level, you now just have to set the distributor. Another important thing to note is that with the new Maxbox integration, films must be matched with the title from the Maxbox database. When we select a distributor, like John's Films, that utilizes Maxbox, we will see an additional options search box appear, and this is where we can provide that matching film. The title is already included. We're going to update the release year to 1988. Do a search, and we're able to select from the available titles in the list here. In this case, we only have the one option. We can also provide details about what version of the film we are presenting: 2D, 3D, digital 35mm, resolution, language, and subtitles. Once we're good to make sure that we've got all those details provided, we'll go ahead and click OK. And now we have everything we need to report to Maxbox. The next enhancements on our list are updates to our default web look and feel. We have updated the design of many pages, components, and updated our underlying UI and UX frameworks. Let's take a look. We'll start by taking a look around at some pages within the site. We have updated the menu, iconography, and general design used on many components. We'll take a look at the events page and see that we've updated things like how a customer chooses what date they want to attend. We'll go ahead and continue on through this process. And we notice things like the quantity selectors have now been updated. We'll go ahead and choose some tickets. Choose our delivery method. Continue on through accepting terms and conditions using the credit card we have on file. And we'll go ahead and finish this order on out. We're going to go ahead and jump over and take a look at the My Account area where we've made some changes. In the profile area, we've streamlined the options to interact with the customer's account. For instance, adding a new address, Adding custom questions like our favorite genre here. Updating payment method. Changing passwords, for instance. Viewing the orders, and more. While we're here and looking at the account area, we're going to go ahead and jump over to the return tickets option to take a look at another new feature. In the past, we added the option where customers could return no-cost tickets if they are not going to attend. We have now added the option that customers can return paid-for tickets and have the refund applied as a credit to their account balance. This will allow customers the option to fix issues themselves without having to reach out to get assistance from a customer service rep. They can select the tickets they need to cancel. And we're going to go ahead and do that now. And go ahead and click Return Selected Tickets. We have to confirm that we actually want to cancel these tickets and that the money is going to be applied to our account. And now that we've got $31 into our account balance, we're going to go ahead and roll straight into basically taking, since we weren't able to make it to that particular date of Apocalypse Now, we can go to the other date and go ahead and choose our tickets. Continue on through this process, and we see that we now have the option of utilizing that account balance to pay for $31 on this order, which is the exact amount due. So we'll go ahead and apply that. And since it's fully paid for, all we got to do is finalize this order. The ability to utilize the account balance is not just limited to customers returning paid tickets through their account area. If an agent performs maintenance tasks in the sales app, they can have the money put to the customer's account balance, giving the customer the option to utilize those funds whenever they want. One important note about these new features is that they are not enabled by default. We will need to activate each one of them within the admin app. We will go to the settings folder and go click on System Control. Under the additional settings area, we see the web allow customers to pay with account balance. That is activated. And this controls whether they see the option on the payment screen to allow them to use that money in their account. The other option is the web allow customers to return paid tickets. And this is in addition to the old option of returning the free tickets. So in order to utilize those two new features, those just have to be activated. If you only want to activate one of those options, that's fine. Just choose whether you want to allow account balance so you can credit them from a maintenance standpoint on the back end, or allow them to be able to do ticket exchanges by activating both of them. So we're going to jump back into the account area one more time to take a look at another new feature. We have added the ability for customers to delete their accounts if they no longer want their information to be in the system. This process removes all customer information from the system, such as name, email, phone numbers, addresses, customer questions, online accounts, and notes. But it still keeps all orders and sales information intact. This process is permanent, and if the customer later decides to come back, they'll have to create a new account. We have also added this option to the customer management area within Portal. We'll jump over there and take a look. Right over here. And we are requiring that anytime you do this, you have to enter the word delete in order to ensure that you really want to clear out this information from the record. And as mentioned, also within the sales app, similar option. The next enhancements on our list are updates to some reporting options. We have added a new option within emails and letters to target abandoned carts and made some adjustments to the credit card settlement reports. Let's take a look. We will start by going to Customer Relations and Emails and Letters option. I'm going to create a new email. and choose the customer's abandoned cart email and continue. We are presented with our options to define their criteria to look for. We want to email people 1 day after they've abandoned their cart, and we are going to exclude anyone who has already completed an order within the last 30 days. This is going to allow us to target customers that were signed in online and did not finish their order. And this can be a great way to provide an extra touch point to try to get them to come back to your site and finish what they had started. For the other reporting option, we're going to jump under Reports and under Accounting and go to the Credit Card Settlement Batch. Here we see the option of whether or not we want to include the settlement and charge details. This controls whether to include information about every single attempted charge within the period. Sometimes this can be more detail that is needed to balance your deposits from your merchant account. We'll go ahead and click and see the basics without those details. And what we'll see is that we have a pretty limited set of information in order to see what our nightly deposits are, as well as where we've added extra information about the status summaries within that period as well. With these changes, this report can now be more easily run for longer periods of time without having lots of unextra needed details. The next enhancement on our list is the addition of a new web security feature. We have integrated with Google reCaptcha version 3 to provide a way to score a user's online interaction with your ticketing site to protect against malicious bot traffic. Let's take a look. Google reCaptcha 3 helps us detect abusive traffic on your site without any user friction. There's only a small banner at the bottom of the page that is visible, but reCaptcha uses an advanced risk analysis engine and adaptive challenges to keep automated software from engaging in abusive activities on your site. It does this while letting your valid users pass through with ease. It returns a score based on the interactions with your site, and we can set the threshold value in system control to say what level is acceptable. We'll go ahead and jump over into system control, and we see over here that we've got the CAPTCHA threshold. So here, by default, this is set to 0, and that means that basically everything is accepted and reCAPTCHA is not activated. This value can be set between 1 and 10, with 1 allowing bots and 10 only allowing humans. It is recommended that you start out with a value of 5 to make sure you do not turn away real customers whose interactions reCAPTCHA may be unsure of. For more information on the nuances of this, please contact our support team at support@agiletix.com, and we can assist with setting the right value to meet your needs. The last enhancement on our list is the addition of battery and charging information in the point of sale interface. This will allow you to use your sales tablets without having to worry about how much charge you have left. Let's take a look. We'll jump into the point of sales interface and take a look at that bottom status bar. Since the point of sale interface takes up that full screen, some of the native information about how much battery and your charging status is not available. So here we can see that my battery is currently at 100%. As the battery depletes, it'll show the current status as well as indicating if you're getting low or at critical levels. If you are plugged in, it will also let you know if you're currently charging back up. Thank you for joining in so we could explore these new enhancements for our upcoming system update.